Yo, I love things. This is a biotic soda. And the only reason I bought this is because they say it's high in fiber. So I wanted to try this. Well, it will do. It's been a minute. It has been a minute since you and I had a conversation. And I know, I'm to blame. I'm the problem. So we've established that I'm the problem. Yes, I am the problem. But can you tell me if I'm the only one who likes putting things off? Like, I will tell myself I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. I will do it next year. Let me give you a new one. For almost 10 years, I've been postponing something. 10 years. Almost a decade later, I still haven't done it. Let that sink in. 10 good years of procrastinating. 10 good years of excuses. 10 good years. Wow. Gracie, wow. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Gracie. So this is my digital journal of reinvention, a journal of starting over. I am currently rebuilding my life and my finances from zero at the age of 37. I document the process, my wins, my losses, and honest conversations of rebuilding. So if that sounds like something you need right now, stick around and subscribe. You are in the right place. Let's get into today's video. So one of my goals in the reinvention is to move. I'm currently in Germany, so one of my goals is to move from Germany, and I'm doing the background and all the other processes to move. But as I sit and realize in real time that that chapter is slowly coming to an end, I have been reflecting a lot. I feel like it's natural that when a chapter is ending, you tend to want to reflect on what you've achieved, what you didn't achieve, what went wrong, what went right. And most importantly for me was just to see the life that I have been living, and to acknowledge the life that I've been living, to prepare me mentally, emotionally, physically for the new chapter, and to let go of things that should remain in the old chapter. And I realized something that really, really saddened me, and at the same time, it was like a wake-up call. I feel like for the 10 years, I'm making 10 years in September, for the 10 years I've been in Germany, I have been waiting to leave. Like, I have just been waiting to fully leave. And that, my God, it's like I've been existing, like I've just been taking up space while being in Germany. So I picked up this small patterns that I would literally postpone, things that probably made me feel alive, or things that I would want to experience. So I've always wanted to go to Paris. Yes. Paris is on my vision board. I've always wanted to go to Paris, and when I came to Germany as a student, Paris really felt very close. Like, I was like, definitely it's achievable. And when I was a student, there were trips around Europe, day trips, weekend trips. You could go to Luxembourg, anyway, like literally anywhere. Paris was one of those trips that a lot of people wanted to go to. I remember making excuses that it wasn't the right time. Every penny counted. And yes, maybe every penny counted. But when I dug deeper, and I was like, why did I never go? Like, for the past 10 years, I just never went. As a student, I had the excuse that, pennies, my pennies. I had to hold on to every cent, and then I will go once I get the job. And I got the job. There was just something always more important than the Paris trip. And then I would postpone. And I remember every year I would look at my vision board and be like, what about Paris? And I have always wanted it to be kind of like a solo trip. And then at some point last year, I remember saying, maybe I need to travel with somebody. Like, yeah, it's so sad. And what's even worse is Europe caters for any kind of budget. I mean, I could take the Flixbus, I could take car sharing, I could take a flight. There is so many means of transport to choose from. And even if accommodation, you can get hostels. You can get 5-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star kind of accommodation. It could be even be a day trip, But then I just had all these excuses. And then now, 10 years later, Paris remains untraveled. Paris remains unexplored. Paris remains a thing on my vision board. And it's like a painful 10-year reminder that I have been waiting to live. I have been waiting. And when I asked myself that question, what exactly have you been waiting for, Gracie? Like, what really is your reason? And I didn't have a strong, compelling reason besides I feel like I've been waiting for permission to live, permission to go after the things that I want. But more importantly, I realized that I am the obstacle. I am the thing that is between me and Paris. And oh baby, oh honey, that stung. Oh, that felt like a ton of bricks hitting. Damn, I am the problem. And naturally, I was curious. Now I asked myself the question, so what else? Because this is just one little example, but then it feels like it's a bigger pattern. I have this pattern of not voting for myself, of not doing things for me, of being the obstacle to my own goals. And I just sat there thinking about all the things that I've been postponing and all the things where I can fully say, this is on you. You cannot blame your circumstances. You cannot blame money. You cannot blame debt. You cannot blame anything. You cannot blame timing. And I had to look at myself in the mirror, look at myself, the woman in the mirror, and say, girl, this is we problem. So I've been reading The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest and Start With Yourself by Emma Grede. Is a Grede. And those two books called me out. They called out my bullshit. And I can attest that my bullshit stinks. Yep, it does. Sometimes you gotta call yourself out. But I'm glad I was willing to sit down with myself and not even address, but acknowledge that I've been the obstacle in my own life. So now that I am asking myself these questions and reframing the questions, instead of asking, when will life change? When will my circumstances change? I'm asking myself, how can I show up today regardless of whatever is happening? How am I showing up for my goals besides any other thing, besides what are my deemed obstacles? How am I showing up? Instead of asking what's stopping me, I'm asking, am I stopping myself from attaining the things, the life, the travel that I want? Am I the one standing right in the center of those goals? Yeah, that's been a hard shift, but necessary. I won't lie, I really love having conversations with the authors of the books that I'm reading. And as I mentioned, I'm reading Starting With Yourself and The Mountain Is You. One asks you to look at how you're showing up in your own life, and the other asks whether the biggest obstacle might actually be the version of yourself that's become comfortable waiting. And that question stayed with me because I looked honestly at my own life. I mean, like really looked, and I realized I've been waiting for so many things. Waiting to feel ready, waiting to earn more money, waiting for the right job, waiting to move countries, waiting to be more confident, wait until I became the person I imagined I needed to be before I could fully start living. And I really wonder how many of us are doing the same. We think we're waiting for circumstances to change, but maybe what we're waiting for is permission to enjoy our lives, permission to take the trip, permission to start the business, permission to apply for the role, permission to wear that outfit, permission to wear that red lipstick, permission to begin again, permission to dream, to dare again. And at my big age, 37, I am still learning this. Yes, And one of the biggest lessons I've learned so far in my reinvention journey is life doesn't begin when everything falls into place. No, life begins when you decide to start moving, when you decide to start living, when you decide to go for that goal. Life happens when you're becoming. The journey is far, far more important than the destination, than the goal. Yep, when you get to the goal, you're like, oh, okay, but that journey of 1,000 steps, that journey of 1,000 miles, that one step at a time, solid gold. So yes, I'm still paying off my debt. I'm still in the process of pivoting my career. I'm still in the process of moving countries. I am still trying to lose weight and be fit. But that doesn't mean I have to wait for all those things to be ticked off as goal achieved for me to live. I can live my life to the fullest even while I am becoming, even while I'm trying to achieve. I do not have to stop living just because there are things I'm trying to attain or things I'm trying to do. No, definitely big lesson learned. Sometimes the mountain isn't just circumstances, it's the story you've been telling yourself over and over and over again. And that story says, I will do it next year. I'll do it when I have more money. I will do it when I lose weight. I will do it when I'm less busy. I will do it when I move countries. I will do it when I get that job. And baby, that day never comes. So you better start living, not to self, Gracie. You better start living. Live your life to the fullest. Yeah, it doesn't matter what is happening. It doesn't matter what is happening because the world is just worlding out there. Life is just happening out there. But do not forget yourself. Do not forget you in all of this. And the hardest truth that I had to accept is life has been happening this whole time. While I've been waiting for the perfect moment, 10 years has quietly passed. 10 years. And that realization really changed me. And now, reinvention for me isn't just about changing careers or moving to another country. It's about refusing to postpone my own life anymore. Reinvention now looks like saying yes to booking a train ticket to Paris and saying yes to experiences that will set my life and my heart on fire. And saying yes to leaving and not waiting for permission and not waiting for the right circumstances and not waiting for life to be perfect. It's about understanding that courage doesn't always necessarily mean taking a huge leap. Courage could be the smallest of things like Paris trip, because Paris is like hours away from me. It's not like somebody who's in Zimbabwe or somebody who's in the US, which would be a huge trip. But for me, it's really a smaller trip, like in 3-4 hours time, I could be in Paris. So it's about just making small changes, small actions, small experiences. That's courage. So yes, courage looks like doing the smallest of things that I have been putting off for a whole decade. Yep, a whole decade. So I'm going to be courageous. So yes, I am still going to visit Paris this year. Now Paris means so much more to me than just a trip. It's now about something bigger. It's now like that reminder that when I say I will do something next month or next week, I will ask myself, what exactly is stopping me? What exactly am I waiting for? Am I the obstacle here? Am I standing between me and the goal, me and the thing? That's what Paris now means to me. So what am I really waiting for? Because maybe, just maybe, the life that I have been waiting to live is waiting for me all this time. That life is just waiting for Miss Gracie to take those actions, to make those decisions. And what have I been doing? Waiting. But let's give this life thing a chance. So before you go, I'd like to hear from you. Do you have any similar things to my Paris trip? What is it that you have been putting off that you would like to do? you would like to achieve, but you've just been saying no to it. I will do it later. I will wait for the perfect moment. I will wait when my money, when my coins are right. I will wait for the perfect job. What is that one thing that you have been waiting and putting off? And trust me, I know it's not because you cannot do it. You can do it, but you've just been waiting for the right moment. So drop your story or that one thing in the comment section. I genuinely want to know. And again, this is a no judgment zone. Look, I'm the one who's waited 10 years to visit Paris. I'm still embarrassed. I am so embarrassed. But yeah, we are learning here. We are unpacking. We are growing. And maybe this is where we can encourage each other to stop postponing things and start living. And if this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. This lets the channel grow and also lets me know that you're enjoying these conversations. And if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe. Every week I share my journey of reinventing my life at 37, career pivots, finances, mindsets, book reviews, travel, and creating a life with more intention. Real conversations, real numbers, real life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Until the next video, remember this. The next chapter of your life doesn't begin when everything changes. It begins the moment you decide to start with yourself. Ciao, ciao. See you next time.